Orange slices, the candied orange slices, or Harborough gummy bears.
I'd say my favorite coffee order during session is either a good matcha with oat milk or a flat white with oat milk and 1 raw sugar.
I like just regular coffee. The coffee they make in the wings in the committee rooms is very strong, so you have to have a strong stomach for it, but probably that with just like a little cream.
It's a combination of coffee, hopefully decaf if it's available, with hot chocolate. Yeah. Keeps me awake during the session.
My favorite go-to snack or coffee order, I like kombucha a lot. Yeah.
Ooh, my favorite coffee order is a tall white mocha, no whip, no foam. And I probably do 4 too many of them during a day, but they keep me going and hyper productive, so.
My favorite coffee order is actually a tea order. I like a London fog made with whole milk and steamed cinnamon.
Fort Worden Park, and our kids love the bunkers and playing in the bunkers.
I think it would be the Ballard Locks, which is in my district. I love it because it's over 100 years old. They still use a lot of the original parts, and it's just this incredible, like, it's an engineering marvel. It's this super fun park. It's great for fish and boats.
It's gotta be Myrtle Edwards Park in my district in Seattle because it has the most amazing walking trails and view of the Olympics.
Oh boy, Deception Pass, absolutely beautiful, and it is isolated enough because I'm kind of an indoor cat.
I mean, we have so many in my district in the 43rd LD. I would have to say either Volunteer Park, Cal Anderson. Gasworks is probably going to be the one that gets the gold medal, though.
It's not a state park, but I love going out to the Olympic forest and hiking out there, traversing kind of the trails, or just going out to the Hill Rainforest.
Fort Worden State Park. It was one of the first places that I ever actually camped or glamped. Oh, there's so many things I learned because I talk about how it's like being in grad school where I learn something new every day. I think the most unexpected has been I'm actually good at this. I can convene people. I have the power of convening people, and it's really good in getting things done, but also a really good, I guess, crediting myself for being a hard worker, but also being effective. I think that I always thought that everybody was just so much more confident, and we are still all in our, what I call our child phase, where we want to be liked and we're not sure that we're saying something right, and we get really nervous when people want to record us. So, and it's that for everybody, whether you've been here for a long time or whether you're new as a legislator. So that, just that little innocence I like.
The Washington State Capitol building is coming up on about 100 years old. I would have thought that it was much older than that just because of the energy, the aura that's contained within the building, but hopefully we'll be able to get together and all celebrate the century marker of the State Capitol building in another couple of years.
I think the biggest thing, and I think this is something people hear me talk a lot about, is that political institutions are places of work, and they need to work better for women and people of color. And it's not why the voters sent me here, but it's something that I'm completely committed to, is how do we make this institution that I'm operating in, that wasn't built for me, by me, or with my inclusion in mind, work better for the people coming after me.
How critical it is to ensure that everyone has a voice at the table, and that you need to go back and go back and go back again to ensure that you've got it right, and check in, because sometimes intent and impact are different, and if you're not listening with a good ear, it can have an impact that you don't intend to do, and can really harm communities in a way that you didn't mean to.
Beautiful. The 36th is so beautiful. We have Discovery Park, Seattle Center, the Ballard Locks. Okay, so I would say beautiful, hilly. It's very hilly. We have a lot of big hills in Seattle in my district, and the best. I would just call it the best.
Beautiful, diverse, and veteran-centric.
I-5 and Aurora. They both run all the way through the district.
Active, resilient arts.
3 words, I would say incredibly diverse and up and coming.
Dense, the best.
Suburban, growth, diverse.
I'm gonna have to say 10 hours reviewing a budget proposal. I have a background as a historian, so I feel like reading would be, about as easy as cutting butter. But debate is another subject. So I would definitely have to say the reading.
Oh, that's a hard one because I've done both. And so long floor time and long floor debate is never my favorite, but so I'm going to go with budget. That 10 hours looking at a budget proposal, that actually sounds like fun.
Would I have to debate the whole time? Reviewing the budget proposal. Because it's more quiet and contemplative work, and you could probably take breaks to eat.
I'd much rather debate on the floor for 10 hours straight than review a budget proposal. And I love debating on the floor because it's an opportunity to have conversation with lots of different perspectives and views and lived experience being reflected in the conversation. And I think that, to me, that's a great way to learn about what matters most to people in their communities, and I really find that engaging.
I'd spend 10 hours reviewing a budget proposal because that will have relevance to my district and Washingtonians in a meaningful way beyond 10 hours of rhetoric that may or may not be related to the policy at hand.
I would rather debate. I think I'm a better speaker. I look at budget proposals and my eyes sort of glaze over. I do want to be an informed legislator, but 10 hours on a budget proposal, I don't think is fair to anybody.
Oh, I would rather spend 10 hours reviewing a budget proposal. I think that I really like to get into the nitty gritty of policy and really understand what's going on. And I feel like I process things best when I read them. I love to read. So I think I would rather spend 10 hours reviewing a budget proposal.
I prefer reviewing the budget proposal.
Idris Elba, for obvious reasons.
I'm going to go heavy nerd and choose Eleanor Roosevelt would be my celebrity seatmate because she's such an amazing humanitarian and activist and pusher for women's rights. And also Cardi B loves Eleanor Roosevelt, so I feel this is something that Cardi B and I share together is our mutual love for Eleanor Roosevelt.
I don't know if she's a celebrity, but Madeleine Albright. I would definitely love to have Madeleine Albright as a seatmate and learn as much from her as I could, because she was a hard worker. She worked on her dissertation at 4 a.m. when her kids were sleeping, and the level of prominence and the things that she saw and the mistakes that she'd made that she's learned from, I'd want to learn from her in advance.
Oh, I love that one. Nancy Pelosi. Because she's a boss. And I would just get to learn from the best all day, every day.
Robin Williams.
I would really love the opportunity to have a John F. Kennedy or somebody like that as my seatmate, just to see if they were the person that history purports them to be, or if, they're just an average person like the rest of us.